Welcome to the Kima Real Estate Group at Keller Williams. My name is Peter Kima, and today we're going to share with you a series we call Getting to Know Us. It's our effort in helping you get to know that there's a little bit of personality behind this team. I hope you enjoy it. Have a great day.
Welcome to the Kima Real Estate Group at Keller Williams. I'm Peter Kima, and this is part of our series of Getting to Know Us. Today we have a really special guest, somebody I'm really excited to interview, and that is me. I'll be interviewing everybody on this team, and so I thought, why not continue that trend and interview myself? So I've got several questions I'm going to ask myself. So Peter, I'm glad you're here today. This is a really exciting time for me. Yeah, me as well, Peter. Thank you for having me. So Pete, you chose the baseball fields. Why did you choose these baseball fields? Quite frankly, this is my happy place. This is where I feel most at home. When I'm out here with my kids and all the kids that I coach, nothing makes me feel better than being here on the basketball court. I've got two sons, both of them play a lot of sports, and I'm fortunate enough to be able to coach them both. And so to me, this is where all my friends and my family are, and this is where I spend most of my time. Excellent answer, Peter. Excellent answer. So tell us, Pete, tell us where you're from and a little bit about your family. Great. So let me tell you a little bit about my family, starting with Jennifer. Jennifer Kima, some people refer to her as Saint Jen, and it's not because of all the wonderful things she does for other people, but truly it's because she has to put up with me. And for those that spend a lot of time with me, they're all saints. And so Jennifer's truly the rock of our family. Two great boys. Cole, who's 13, a middle schooler who impresses me more and more every day. Cole's one of those 13-year-olds that's he's truly 13. And then Camden, my 10-year-old's an old soul. He's truly more along the lines of a 30-year-old already. But they both bring so much to our family in different ways, and I'm just fortunate to have them both. They're both healthy, good kids. Pete, that's fantastic. So talk to me a little bit about where you're from specifically. So as a military brat, I was born in Germany, grew up a little bit in Oregon, a little bit in California, but I was fortunate enough to call Massachusetts home, a little town named Orange, Massachusetts. And I get a little emotional about it, but the people in Orange, Massachusetts took me in, and I immediately became a New Englander. I met some of the greatest people in life there. From there, I was able to go attend Western Carolina University and become a Catamount. And people often ask me, how did I end up in North Carolina? Well, it all ties back into my passion for athletics. I was a 9-year-old or 10-year-old boy in 1982, and I watched the basketball game. It happened to be the national championship. It was the Tar Heels versus Georgetown. And that night when the Tar Heels won, I wanted to be Sam Perkins, big smooth in the worst kind of way in my driveway. So every day in my driveway, I was big smooth. Pete, that's fantastic. So tell me a little bit about how being here translates to real estate in your team. Great question, great question. So I think the translations or the correlations rather are, they're numerous. First of all, specialists, right? So on a baseball diamond, our best pitcher isn't necessarily our leadoff hitter. Our best hitter isn't necessarily our closer. Our best defender isn't necessarily our best catcher. So it's just everybody's really good at what they do. And on our real estate team, we do the same thing. So our team is built. I can't be the best listing specialist, the best closing specialist, buyer specialist. I can't be the best closing coordinator and listing coordinator and prospector. But we surround ourselves with everybody whose passion and their skill set fits those roles, no different than we do here on the diamond or on the basketball court for that matter. Our point guard is not necessarily our center, and that works well for us. And the other correlation that I think is important, we have a saying on the diamond that don't let one error turn into two. We know you're going to make a mistake. Don't get in such a hurry that you make a second mistake on top of it. And the same thing in real estate. We're going to make errors. Own the error, get better from it, and just don't make that error again. So I think there's lots of correlations there, Peter. One more thing I'll add to that is the energy and excitement on our team. If somebody does something well, the high fives in the office or the pats on the back, I thrive on that. That's excellent, Pete. So one final question to wrap this up with you. I understand you have a passion for several sports teams. Tell us about those and one in particular. I know where you're going with that question, Pete. That's a great question. So I love my Oakland A's, big A's fan. Going to go see them in a couple of weeks up in Baltimore. My Boston Celtics, when I moved to New England, the Celtics and Larry Bird were kind of in vogue, and so I became a Celtic fan. Quite frankly, of course, my Tar Heels. Quite frankly, my biggest passion is the Oakland Raiders. So every Sunday, my boys and I, we paint our faces, a little war paint. My wife, Jennifer, St. Jen, she puts together a little bit of oh, what am I trying to say? Like a meal or some sort of a themed dinner to go with the Raider game, and we shut everything off, and it's just our family watching football, and so that's kind of a big deal for us. We're a little crazy about that. Well, Pete, thank you for being here today. We're excited and look forward to learning more about your team. Thanks for having me.